Hi guys! So I've been sort of missing from social media, and it's because I've just been really busy. And yeah, I've just been really busy since I've been back on my trip. And I'm just want to give a little update on what I've been up to and why I haven't been on social media. So after the my spring market giveaway, I pretty much did a handful of stuff. I have one of my biggest order, which was an 80 scrunchie order from one of my mentors from the Hive Mind cohort. And he actually has a service business where he helps parents whose kids are into STEAM activities find those activities. So, for example, when you go Google, you have to look up a bunch of places and then compare contrast rates and or activities. Like you just have to find activities and everything. But he makes it easier by filtering out the process for you. So, for example, if your kid's into robotics, you could literally just go on his service and just do like robotics or something, and it will list everything that's related to robotics for you. The description of the what's going on, how much the pricing is, age groups, and all those the requirements and everything. And it just makes it easier for parents to find what they need rather than having to look through multiple links. Like he does it all for you with his service. So I thought that was pretty neat. And it's all based in Roseville. But I'm just letting you guys know if you guys are interested. And I'll link it down below as well. But he ordered 80 scrunchies from me, all themed. And they're very, very cute. I'll also have some photos or something. But yeah, and then I also officially did a DBA for my small business because I'm trying to make myself more official, you know what I mean? And you could actually get an advisor from the Small Business Development Center, and they can help you with your process, or like if you have any business idea or whatever, they literally help you from start to finish or anywhere in between with whatever needs you might have or questions you might have. They could help you. And that's what I'm pretty much doing, like the baby steps of trying to be an official business. And they're pretty busy, so I see. Ooh, what's that? Anyways, they're pretty busy, so the person I meet up with, I only meet them up once a month approximately, but that's still pretty good. Yeah, but I'll link those below too, the Small Business Development Center and just the link for the Small Business Administration too. They have a lot of good resources, good free resources for small businesses. And I'll probably talk more about like the Hive Mind cohort too, because I really loved the experience and would love to do it again. But it was just very nice overall. I'll probably make another video about it, like I mentioned, because it deserves the video on its own. But after all of this stuff, I ended up going to visit my family in North Carolina for 2.5 weeks because two of my brother graduated, one from middle school and one from high school. So I got to see my family, and I haven't seen them in a long time, so it was very nice. It was a very much needed break too. I had a lot of fun, and I haven't seen my family for over 1 or 2 years. So it was very nice. I haven't seen my parents for over 3 years actually. I saw my siblings because we all went to visit my sister in Minnesota. So I saw them there, but I didn't see my parents until like just when I went to visit. But now I'm back, and I'm not doing any summer markets because 2 weeks prior to my trip, there's a bunch of birds that keep swooping in front of my car, and my mom. I sort of joke around, told my whole family, and my grandma. Everyone's just like, "Oh, stop driving," because like it's a bad omen. And my mom looked into it, and she was just all like, "Oh yeah, there's something attached to you." So before I left, she did like a little ritual for me, and in that ritual, like they pretty much remove my spirit away from the entity that was attached with me, and I'm pretty much like on house band because I'm not supposed to move I am not supposed to travel, not move, but I'm not supposed to travel unless I really have to. But the funniest shit is that I literally broke this ban already because literally after the ritual the next day I came home to California, so I literally traveled like for 6+ hours. And then on top of that, I was only resting for like a few days, and someone at work got injured. And so I ended up having to work for that person, and I've been working like nonstop since then because the other person took vacation too. So I've just been working a lot, a lot, a lot. Also on top of that, like my wisdom tooth grew, so my bottom one was growing, and it made my gum swell up. And my top one was growing too, and there's actually teeth there. I think the teeth nicked my gums because it got infected, and like literally I could barely like open my mouth. I was in a lot of pain, and my face was sort of swollen for like almost a week. And then I made a dentist appointment. I was gonna just wait it out, but it got too painful to a point where I was like, no, I can't wait. So I created like a emergency dental appointment, and it was so funny because the dentist like literally told me if I could open my mouth, and I was like, so he opened it more. I was like, no. And he's like, don't force yourself if you can't. So he just used his tool, and then he popped it to the back. He's like, oh yeah, it's definitely your wisdom tooth. And I just cracked up because I already knew it was my wisdom tooth, and how he said it was just so funny. But he put me on antibiotics, and that helped me a lot. Like after taking my antibiotics, I was feeling amazing, and here I am, still feeling amazing. But I'm planning on getting my wisdom tooth pulled out, hopefully during winter break, because it's a long process. You know how it is with all these dental appointments and everything in between. But yeah, and then what else have I been doing? Oh yeah, I set up my pool, so I've been taking care of my pool too. It's been very fun. I'm very proud of myself for keeping up with my pool. Like last year compared to this year, I'm much more prepared this year. But that's pretty much all I've been really up to lately. Next week, since I have a lot more days off now, since the person from who took my coworker who took a vacation came back, and my coworker who was injured is trying to work again. I have a lot more days off, so next week I'm planning on doing like a 24-hour scrunchie challenge. A little nervous for it because I can't stay up past 10 o'clock. Like it's hard for me to stay up past 10. My bedtime is like 9 o'clock, and so it's going to be very fun. It's gonna be very fun. I'm not gonna live stream it just because based on the polls, nobody seemed that interested in it. So I'm probably just gonna record like processes here and there, and then at the very end, just reveal how many scrunchie I made in the 24-hour scrunchie challenge. If anything, if I'm too tired, I might just break it up into 2 days. So do like 12 hours and then another 12 hours the next day. But we'll see how it goes. Also, next semester, I'm taking 14 units, so I don't think that I will be able to do much for my business next semester because I'm going to be just bombarded with so many classwork. But I'm like trying to do as much as I can during the summer so that when fall comes, I won't feel as bad because I would like have so much in stock. And also on top of that, like my 24-hour scrunchie challenge, after that I'm gonna do like a photo shoot day of just taking a bunch of product photos, like very basic product photos, and then putting out more content, of course, for those photos that I'm gonna take, and just all the above, and do my website too, because I had like a bunch of details and stuff in it, but I don't have any product photos for them yet, so that's why it's not really published yet. But after the 24-hour scrunchie challenge, I'm gonna take a bunch of product photos, and then I'll just insert them in and then publish it. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm gonna do for the summer, and maybe just a bunch of cleaning because I have a lot of fabric, and I have a few sewing projects I want to do before fall comes too. Because I bought fabric last year for a few jackets that I was going to make for my grandma, but just never had a chance to make a jacket for her. Well, I did. I made a quilted one, but then I want to make like what is it called? A fleece sweater and jacket for her. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to make it for myself too because why not? And Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm gonna do for the summer, or my plans for the summer at least. But if you guys made it this far, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate your guys' support and for even listening this long. And if you want to follow me on my journey or just, you know, support me, like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. But thank you guys.